Welcome to Simply Business. I'm your host, Taylor Lee, and I'm so excited to have you here. As a business consultant, I've helped countless business owners simplify their strategies and achieve their goals, and now I'm here to bringing this expertise right to your ears. Each episode, I'll be sharing tips and strategies to help you achieve your business goals without the overwhelm. I will also be chatting with business owners and industry experts to share their stories, insights, and lessons they've learned along the way. Let's dive in and simplify your business. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Simply Business podcast. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest. Welcome, Miss Ruby.
Hello, thanks for having me.
I'm actually taking Ruby's podcast virginity today, which is an honor, if you will.
An honor and a privilege.
I'm so excited. Ruby has been one of my clients for coming up 6 months now, I'd say.
Yeah, just over.
And she is just the queen of all things marketing. She has a marketing agency based on the Sunshine Coast called Lover Agency. So I'm really excited to delve into marketing conversations, her business journey, and then you're also a mum. So bringing in some motherhood into business as well, which I'm really excited for today.
Thank you.
Now, as we start off every guest episode, I ask you two questions. Number one, you're walking into a boxing ring. You're having a fight for life, if you will. It doesn't have to be a proper boxing fight. What is the song and why?
Should I say what I said before? Should I just...
Yeah, you've got to be authentic.
Okay, yeah,
we've got to keep it real.
Listen, I did earlier today. I was like, should I just be honest? Like, I am a thespian. I love Broadway. And then I'm like, well, should I just do something really normal? But I would say anything from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm going to disappoint you. I don't even know what Rocky Horror Picture Show is.
It's
Ruby's like, I can't be friends with her anymore.
I'm going, what do you mean? Let's do the time warp again.
No.
I'm stressed.
The only thing I watched when it came to like musicals and theatre was High School Musical.
It's like it's a movie, but I think I watched it when I was 8, which now I think about is not appropriate. Cut this out. There's like orgies and stuff in there, but it's a sleigh, tap dancing and orgies. I'm
so keeping that
it's
in.
Powerful.
It's powerful. I died, but I just can't envision like a musical theatre type song. You're like, yep, I'm about to go fuck someone up.
It's like...
It just itches in a scratch.
I feel like, is it 80s? I need to fact check when it came out, but it's not... Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like anything from that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Silly. But that's the underdog behaviour.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, like whoever you're fighting is like, oh, like we've got this. And then you're like...
This clown.
Yeah, yeah. Left, right, good night, if you will.
Which I've never done boxing.
I can tell from the wind up, but like it's fine. She's ready to go. And then my next question for you is, what has been the most challenging thing that you've navigated in life or business thus far? And more importantly, what has it taught you?
I think it all comes back to mental health for me. I think a lot of huge hurdles that I've had to navigate ultimately come back to, like a reflection of me and my mental health and where I'm at.
Yeah.
I know that I've mentioned this to you before, but I had a business before this in a business partnership and it went south pretty quickly, unfortunately. And that was where I feel like that's probably a highlight. It was a really, really hard pill to swallow. And my mental health took a huge, huge dive. But when I think about it and I reflected on it for a really long time, I was like, how did it get to this? Like, how did our relationship in the business partnership, which is, my hat is off to anyone who has a partnership, because you are with your business partner more than you're with your
partner.
Yeah, with your partner. Not having the ability to be, or maybe being a people pleaser, and not having the ability to speak up and speak my truth and be honest caused, I don't know how to word this. We're probably going to have to cut this up a bit, but I feel like I lost my business partnership because of a few things. There was like a lot of dishonesty that I had uncovered, which I'd mentioned before, and I'd known about it, but I didn't say anything. I just kind of kept going because it was too hard to to say anything. And then what I sacrificed was myself, my mental health, and the stability of my family and my household. And I had to get myself I had to leave. And ultimately, I left because of my mental health, and it was still true. But obviously, there were other things that contributed to that. And I lost everything. And it wasn't a it wasn't a particularly profitable business. We were probably paying ourselves about $250 a week. So it's not like I had anything to fall back on, no contracts. Yeah. And I lost everything. And I feel like that was such a low point.
Yeah.
And I would say that's probably the biggest thing I've had to navigate is building up from scratch. And when I say I had nothing, like I had to sell our chairs, I had to sell my clothes, I had to sell our couches. Like we had nothing at our house because I put myself in this situation. And I think doing that to my family, obviously, I'm so grateful that they're so supportive. My partner is just like the best man in the world. But ultimately, like a huge lesson in speaking up.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. And that wasn't really like that long ago in the grand scheme of things, hey?
End of 2023.
Yeah.
It only all wrapped by Feb or March last year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
For some perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've said to you before as well privately, where I think a lot of the time, and this goes for a lot of business owners, that like from the outside looking in, it can be like, oh, she's so lucky and she has the success. And like people can look at what you've built at Lover Lover and be like, this is insane, which it's insane, but don't actually appreciate. It wasn't even building from scratch, like you said. It was actually like 10 layers deeper than that. And you had to rebuild so much.
Yeah. Did I actually answer the second part of the question? What was that?
What you learned from it.
What I learned. Yeah, was being honest. And yeah, I was thinking about this morning, knowing that I was coming into here to speak to you about this. And it was like, it wasn't even a matter of, like, I was down to my last $10,000 or I was down to my last $2,000. And of course, everyone's journey is so different. But I was like, we had nothing, and I'd really like cooked it.
Yeah.
And couldn't get a job anywhere, could not get a job for the life of me. And anything that I was interested in that was going to be good for our whole family was in Brisbane, and I couldn't commute to Brisbane. By the way, when this happened, I had Peggy was 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's crazy as well. That's not just you, like you've got a family that you're providing
a 1-year-old,
for.
like she couldn't even walk yet. Just to put that into perspective, she was so tiny. So I was like, commuting to Brisbane every day is not going to work. So the only job I could get, I needed something like quickly, and it was as a cleaner. So, and my hat's off to labour workers, because that is it was so tough.
Yeah.
So tough.
How long were you cleaning for? Were you doing that whilst you were building Lover Lover?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was, but not too much longer once I'd started to think of it. But I was probably started in December, and then January, February, March, April, May. I think I must have finished up. Like the shifts were just getting less and less as sort of trying to establish myself and get more work and whatever. Because obviously I knew for me and my journey is that was not my career, but it's what I needed to do to make ends meet, to make sure that I was like at least being able to contribute in some way, or try and buy back some furniture, plates, glasses, whatever.
Yeah. What made you start the agency? What did that journey look like? If we kind of go from you've just somewhat lost everything, you're cleaning. What was like kind of the moment? Was there one of those like shower moments where you're like, oh, this is what I'm going to do? Was it kind of from a space of, because you couldn't get a job like you were saying, it's just like, well, I'm going to have to create this for myself?
Such a good question. So I was doing social media management for a wedding planner.
Yeah.
Already. She was like my only client. It was $200 a week, all in.
Yeah.
I was like, had my own work email, DMs, like the works, $200 a week. And I was doing that while I was at the shop because I needed just like a little bit of additional revenue that wouldn't impact the work that we were doing and that I was focusing on. So I think she joined in like November, and I had that one client, and then I lost the shop. That was done.
Yeah.
And then I'm just trying to think about the time frame. And then I was cleaning. So I still had this one client.
Yeah.
And it was like my little toe was in the water. And I was cleaning, and I was just like, I just feel like I can do this. Like, I know this. My background is in PR. My background is in marketing. I've been doing that for a really, really long time. Since I was 21. I'm 33 now. I was like, I just think I can do it. Like, I'm seeing this account grow pretty quickly. Inquiries have increased by the time they got to the end of the financial year, 4,000%. So I was like, oh, I think I can just do it. And then I was so scared to tell Kane too, because I was like, imagine you lose everything. You're like, just give me one more shot, babe.
Give me a second
This
chance.
one's the one, I promise.
Was he supportive, or was he like, did he have his reservations, or is he the kind of person that was like, yep, go for it?
No, it was like, get after it.
Yeah.
I think obviously there was, of course, there was some hesitation because he was also at uni studying. So it was like, how are we operating our household? Like, you know, you do have responsibilities and you can still pursue your passion and your goals and things like that. But at the end of the day, like, we still split the rent, still, you know.
Yeah.
I still have to contribute. So I think it was kind of like, if you do it, you got to do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then there was just no other option because I couldn't get a job. I didn't want to be a cleaner. It was just like not for me. It was like, I have no other choice right now. I cannot get to Brisbane every day. Nothing here is really lighting me up for somewhere that I want to stay long term. I'm going to just make my own thing. I'm just going to commit, and I'm going to give it every single thing I have.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'd learnt so many lessons. That was such a good part of having a business before that went south, is I learned from it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know exactly what I need to do relative to what I knew then. What won't work, how it needs to be structured. And then I just like, there was just no other choice.
Yeah.
You know, part was, I would say part was survival, definitely.
Yeah.
And then the other part was like, I can see that there's a huge gap in the market here.
Yeah. For you, I think a lot of people get in a similar position where they're like, all right, I'm going to go quote unquote all in on this business. And I think I see a lot of different iterations of what that all in means. Like, I see someone like yourself, and it's like you're actually throwing yourself and every resource that you have possible at this, where some people are like, I'll post on Instagram a couple of times a week, and that's quote unquote all in. What did that kind of look like for you when it came to securing clients? Were you just doing a lot of outreach? Like, what was the thing of like, all right, I'm giving this everything I've got? What did that kind of look like from a tangible sense for people, for context of like how you've been able to build the agency as fast as what you have been?
I would say there's a few moving parts. Firstly, I know this sounds so funny because my whole business model is based off strategy, but I was like, I went in with a strategy.
Yeah.
I was like, how is this going to work? And I really had to focus on the client that I had. It's like, how can I start producing them really good work? They're a wedding planner. They work with wedding vendors.
Yeah.
It's like, they know people.
Yeah.
All it takes is that one tick over. And that's what happened. I actually didn't have an Instagram account until July last year. And I didn't have a website until November. Just gone. So sorry.
And I think that's even cool for people to hear though as well, because I think, again, so many people focus on the wrong things and not the thing that's actually going to move the needle for them. Like, I was saying that to my partner. I'm like, you don't need an Instagram right now. You need clients and you need results for those clients. Like, that's actually a higher priority. So I love this.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I feel like there's a couple of components. All in for me was survival. And then I think you posted something the other day and you mentioned, you were like, you don't have to do that. Like, if you've got a stable job and you go bit by bit, like, you did.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. Like, if I was in a position where I could have done that, I definitely would have gone bit by bit, but that wasn't my reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started with the wedding Instagram account, and then truly just word of mouth. And the wedding industry for me, then we've since moved away from that significantly, predominantly in lifestyle, wellness, fashion, and beauty. But yeah, it was just word of mouth for me, and really focusing on how I could get the results that the clients were after.
Yeah.
It's like, what are your goals? Are they tangible? How can I get you there through social media? And at the time, I was offering like such cheap rates that everyone was on board.
Yeah. There was no questions asked.
No, they were like, sounds good. I was like, great, I will do everything for you. You don't have to pay me. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
40 hours a week.
It's better than cleaning. I'll take it.
Really? I'm so tired of cleaning other people's shit. I have to clean my child every day. Please.
I think it's also cool though, because I think in that as well, again, the coaching industry really preaches this whole thing of like, you know, charging X, Y, and Z and like all of these things where it's like business is actually quite simple in the sense of, especially when you're building up, it's like just deliver a great service. I literally recorded a podcast on this last week of like, so then your clients get results and then they refer from there. It's pretty simple. And then actually allowing yourself to build up. Like that was one of the biggest mistakes I made in business, where it was like I actually overcharged way too quickly and then I felt cooked charging for it. I think having a lower rate actually serves a purpose, and then it's knowing when to go, this actually isn't serving me anymore and it doesn't make sense. But I think there's that where some people are like, why can't someone sign? It's like, because you're not at a point where you've even gotten results to charge that yet. So I think it's actually been cool to hear that you were charging really low rates, and then word of mouth referrals, like that's brought you to where you are today. And in the scheme of it, it's not even been 2 years.
No.
It's in less than 2 years.
18 months.
Yeah.
Now, which is just so crazy. This was our year.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, 1,000%. When you say you had marketing experience from when you were 21, talk me through what the journey of like marketing has kind of looked like for you, like outside of business. What's your journey, and did you go to uni? Like what's all that kind of look like to bring you here?
One thing about me is I've been on a journey. I used to be a professional dancer.
Yeah.
And I also, a very long time ago, was also modelling as well. They were my primary income. And so I was always in front of TV and cameras and like travelling to India and dancing in Bollywood films. So I was always privy to after parties, PR events, how things worked. I was completely across the lay of the land from a teenager.
Yeah.
So it was always kind of the world that I was in. I finished high school and had studied theatre. Surprise, surprise. I was like, I'm going to NIDA. I'm going to be an actor.
I still think you would slay being an actress.
I feel like I'd always be the personality hire on set. Like, funny girl.
And that too.
And then I was 21. Modelling was, I think I'd come back from India. And I was like, I need to do something, because I can also recognise that I've been dancing for a really long time. My body, I'm still young, but my body has been injured and my body is tired and my feet are really tired. And I also am going to age, which is a beautiful, natural part of life, and what a privilege, but I can't rely on looking this way, because at some point someone's not going to book me anymore and then I'm not going to have money. So I was like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I went and studied PR.
Yeah.
Which I loved. And I actually didn't finish my study.
That makes two of us. I dropped out, 2 subjects to go.
I honestly, sometimes people they still say to me, they're like, what are your qualifications? And I'm like, I think qualifications or relative experience.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think relative experience, especially in marketing, is more important than a degree.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, not finishing a TAFE course has never stopped me from getting a job, has never stopped me from working on communiques in Parliament. I've never had never had any trouble or pushback from not having a degree or a finished TAFE course. But I did go, and I nearly got to the end of 2 years, but I started interning, and I was getting offered jobs while I was interning at the places that I was working.
Yeah.
At the agencies that I was working with, and they always had me on social media. And then it was such a different landscape.
Yeah.
It was just so different, but it was not considered an important role. I was like, give it to the intern.
Yeah.
And that's how I started learning. So with my background in film and TV and modelling, dancing, and then studying and being a part of all of these agencies and extending my internships and then offering me roles, I ended up leaving because I got offered a full-time job. That was great. And then I just learned, like, hands-on learning for me, which suited me so much better than formal education.
Same.
That's my vibe, you know. I just don't learn like that.
Yeah.
Spicy brain. And I think there are lots of people that don't learn through sitting down and being lectured. I'm definitely a hands-on learner, but I had all of these incredible opportunities to work with agencies and to work on massive campaigns, huge multi-million-dollar campaigns, national, international, spearhead projects for their social media campaigns, put together the PR packages, do all the media clippings, write PR angles, and I did that for a really long time.
Yeah.
Still doing other creative outlets in between. I think I will always be like that, always doing a craft or dancing or doing something.
Yeah.
And then did some non-for-profit, which was with Dementia Australia, and that was putting their communicator together for Parliament to do some advocacy work, which I think I mentioned this to you the other day after I got off a discovery call with an incredible client who signed.
Stop it.
Girl.
You're such a silent assassin of a client. Ruby, just like as a side note, guys, Ruby would be like, yeah, so like casually drop this bomb that like something massive happened. I'm like, wait, what? That's insane. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really
and like a really cool brand and like mission behind it.
Really good mission, really, really great mission. And funnily, because Dementia Australia is exactly what I needed at the time, because marketing is like consume. And I'm so heart-led. I'm such a, I really care about people. Like, I deeply care about humanity. And having the opportunity to do that was really pivotal for me to like re-inspire me. And then COVID happened.
Yeah. Was that a turning point for you in your career?
Yes, I was freelancing, and the clients dried up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I was doing some work for a girlfriend, and she was specialising in hospitality, so we had to do some pivoting for them.
Yeah.
But in terms of marketing for COVID, like, everyone was getting paid by the government. Like, people were spending. COVID was a good time to start a business.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of businesses started up in COVID.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, and there aren't so many that have been able to sustain and stay open. But I did lose clients, but for the clients that stayed, it was really profitable for them. And we were able to really make that work. And then I fell pregnant, so I didn't work for a while.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
And here she is. If we're
like
to kind of look
from the ashes. Sorry, I just had to add that in.
Oh, I love you. If we're to kind of look at marketing, and if we're to kind of go like both ends of the spectrum, if you will, number one, what do you feel like the biggest mistake is that brands are making, especially in like kind of the niches that you focus on right now? So when you say like wellness, beauty, or even if you just want to go as a whole, like what are the biggest mistakes that they're making that you see, either when the clients come to you or when you just are observing people's marketing strategies play out, that you're like, you were missing the mark?
Communication strategy. Who are you actually talking to?
Yeah.
Because you're not talking to yourself. And you might think that you are, but you're not. I think that's an ego thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is copy-paste.
Yeah.
Everything looks the same. And I would actually dare say that that's not just fashion, beauty, lifestyle, wellness. I think that is pretty across the board digitally
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got AI, and I think AI slay. Don't come for me, robots, when it's time. I still do use you. But everything sounds the same.
Yeah.
Everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Everything blends into one, like we see it with, for example, who are some brands that...
I'm trying to think like fashion at the moment. I've just bought a bunch of new clothes. But even, to be fair, like when I was shopping online for clothes and it's like, okay, you've got Dish, you've got Nude Lucy, you've got like, they're all somewhat, like there isn't that separation, which I'm like, I'm a very basic girly with my fashion. I wish I branched out a little bit more. So I'm like, I think the capsule like element of it makes sense. But I think, yeah, there isn't this like, oh, that's this brand. When you walk into a store even nowadays, let's just take Nude Lucy and Dish. They're kind of the same store experience to a certain degree, and it does all feel the same.
Yeah. And I think that we're seeing that, like we do see that online. I think everything starts to feel the same. So I think a lot of the time when people do come to me, or when I am conducting a competitor analysis and I'm trying to pit where the competitor is, where the client is different comparatively to the competitor, what I see is everything looks the same.
Yeah.
It's like, why? People come to me, they're like, we want to look like this. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to look like you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do we make you look like you?
Yeah.
That's like, they're two of the big things. And then, yeah, communication strategy. Like, how are you actually communicating with your audience?
Yeah. What for you, when you do strategies for clients, kind of make up the core components of a strategy? So you mentioned the competitor analysis piece, which I know is a big piece that you do for your clients. What are some other core components that people can kind of go, tick, got that, like making sure they've got that considered in their marketing strategy?
It's a minimum 30-page document.
Yeah.
Takes about 3 or 4 weeks to put together.
Yeah.
So it's really comprehensive, but it's nothing that it doesn't include, to be honest. Mission statement, brand statement, tone of voice, SEO keywords. Let me tell you.
Like, actually,
let me tell you.
I'm going to whip this up. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, especially when I look with clients as well. And it's like, oh, I'm a mindset coach or I'm a fitness coach. And it's like, again, it's the same energy of like everyone kind of just talks about the same thing and does the same thing, or like this is trending, so that's what I need to do because I think that's what's going to get them the results versus...
Yeah, it's the trend thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I actually don't think it. Again, it depends. It's so case by case. I think trends can be a good way to engage your audience, but they're not necessarily like they're not an invested audience. It might just be like a quick little dopamine thing. That trend might not necessarily be moving them down the funnel in any way at all. Where I would focus way more on authenticity than I would over trend.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But just going back to the strategy. So we work on problems, we work on customer pain points, we do customer and buyer avatars. Sometimes usually people would have 2 avatars, so we would focus on 2, what their individual strategy looks like. And it goes down to like what age demographic they're in, what their star sign might be, like what times they're most active online.
Yeah.
It's not just like Susan is 40 and she likes to go to run club, or she is thinking about joining a women's gym. It's like, Susie is this type of person, she does this type of job, these are her habits, she's probably perimenopausal, so we're going to take into consideration her hormones and how she's feeling about herself. It's so in-depth and it's so considered. We're doing keyword analysis, hashtags, which are actually out on Instagram.
Yes.
Hashtags are out. But do you know what I think too? Is like, we know that, but the buyer doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So say if you're a cafe on the Sunshine Coast and a tourist comes and the tourist is 40, they're probably still looking for hashtags. So we're like, they're not as redundant, but minimizing their use. Feed development, brand development, creative direction. It's just like, it's so thorough. All of the analytics, depending on what platform we're using. So say we're using maybe it's a business coach and we decide to use LinkedIn. We're doing a full analysis of the pros and cons to LinkedIn, how to actually use it, how to actually manipulate the landscape to work favorably for you, how we plan on doing it, content plans, content concepts based on pillars, core values.
Yeah.
Like it's a 3-week-long document.
So you mentioned before that trending content or viral content doesn't actually contribute to, or convert rather, to sales when it comes to socials. Can you explain what that funnel actually looks like so we can kind of understand the different phases that a buyer would go through when it comes to socials?
Totally. So we have our engagement, which is top of the funnel. How I like to break this down into layman's terms, and it's easy for us to assume people know, but not everyone knows. Not everyone's the expert. I always explain it to clients like you're casting a big fishing net out. You're going to catch as many fish as possible.
Yeah.
So then it's going to be wide. It's going to be really palatable.
Yeah.
And then you start to bring the fish, like the fishing net starts going in and you're focusing on awareness. And here we're looking at talking to emotion and starting to really narrow down on our buyer avatars. I use the two as an example. Before we could have buyer one, a particular niche area in buyer one, buyer two, a particular and really specific solution that we're providing for them, for their problem, for buyer two. So you've got 2 pieces of separate content running off those, and you're talking to them emotionally and you're making them feel heard and understood. And they're going, I really resonate with this, but it's not enough to just post the piece once because it's not evergreen content. We know Instagram, all social media channels churn out content really quickly, except for Pinterest. So you're repeating, like rinse and repeating that cycle. I know people say 6, but it is actually anywhere between 6 to 12, sometimes 15. It really depends, but that's probably a rough number. And then from there you're doing a conversion piece, which is your call to action, your shop, your buy now, your links. And we would always expect conversion content to be lower in engagement.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of clients come and they're like, this post didn't get many likes. I'm like, yeah, but I can see that it's just one post has just generated $4,000 worth of bookings.
Yeah.
So it worked. It just didn't work how you
assumed.
Yeah. Because you didn't know. So I think that's, education is really important. I think that that's a good way of explaining that funnel.
That goes into kind of my next question of the importance of business owners, if that someone's watching this podcast or listening, should I say, and they kind of manage their own socials, the importance of them actually looking at the metrics. What do they kind of need to be looking into in the back end? Obviously, one of them you just mentioned, conversion. How can everyone listening kind of go and check, if you will, cool, this content is working for my business? Like, what kind of things should they be looking for outside of likes, comments, views?
I would not disregard follow account, but I wouldn't place a high priority on it.
Yeah.
And I also wouldn't necessarily place a high priority on likes. I would look at, is my community engaged? Are they resonating and they're commenting and sharing their thoughts and feelings? Or they're saying, oh my God, I've always felt like this. Or one time when I was this years old, or my son has been experiencing this. I can't believe that you've like these before and afters, or something like that. We're looking for an engaged community primarily over a like count or a follow account. We're also, and I'm breaking this down into really simplified layman's terms for business owners who are running their own social media channels. They're maybe doing the best that they can, but they're not completely privy to marketing information. These are the things. Shareability. You can always check on each post now. You can view insights and see who has, or how many times content has been shared and how many times content has been saved. That would indicate that people have found that key piece of information really valuable. So I would look at that every month. I look at ours weekly for our clients. But maybe even a good indicator if you're someone just starting out and doing it yourself is maybe look at your insights for the last 3 months and really just analyze how many comments, like did I get more comments on X or Y piece of content? Same for shares and likes, and then analyze why.
Yeah.
Who were you talking to? Were you solving a problem? Were you providing education or a free piece of information? Or were you being funny? Or were you being really vulnerable?
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And I think that's where people almost, they think they have no ability to look at the data. They get overwhelmed by it. I'm like, just get curious. Like, it's even the same way that I can look at my link clicks and then my website clicks. And I'm like, okay, if there's a massive spike where there's been like one day where it's 3 times the amount of usual clicks to every other day, and you can see it in the graph. Okay, what did you post in your stories that day? What podcast went live that day? And I think a lot of people think, they chuck out the word strategy and they think it's 75 layers deep. Like, obviously the 30-page document is just deep, but when they're looking at it, it's like, let's actually just allow it to be simple. You don't need to go into all like the complex sides of things, but let's just understand, okay, was it this type of content? Try it again, see what happens again. And if that's actually the common pattern, like, I think not enough people experiment with socials and they think they've got to get it right away.
Yeah, I actually, just to add on to that, you're always working on it.
Yeah.
It's never perfect. It's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's also not that deep.
Yeah.
That's what we've learnt this year. I think this has been a huge key takeaway. Pardon me. For clients, they're like, we've got to say this and X and Y and Z. I'm like, you've got your website for that.
Yeah.
Social media is a place for people to be engaged and to feel seen and feel heard and feel like you're speaking to them. It's never going to be perfect. The content's never, you're always going to be like, oh, but I look like this, or I should have said that. And I was like, try again tomorrow. That story only lasts 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. And people forget. Like, I couldn't tell you what I posted 4 days ago on my feed.
No one knows.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's a cool piece for people to not get so attached to having to have it perfect and right, and actually just, even one thing I could preempt a question for people would be when you mentioned like having the 2 kind of buyer avatars. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed of like trying to speak to all of the problems and like all of the buyer types and all of the buyer avatars all in one post. I'm like, I see it like different languages. If I saw a post on Instagram and it's in Italian, not going to read it. If I saw it in German, not going to read it. I see it in English. I'm like, oh, something's clicked for me. That one's for me. Yeah. So I think people need to just start seeing social and their marketing like that in content of, okay, let's just pick this 140-year-old that might be premenopausal, like whatever it might be with this specific problem. And something else I wanted to touch on with this, with like the problem side of things, I think a lot of people in the service, especially like if we take a skincare brand as an example, there might be a specific product or ingredient, should I say, in a product that contributes to you clearing up your acne or like your red spots or whatever, probably something I can't even pronounce. But if in marketing it's like blended with this ingredient, it has no relevance to me, or that it solves a problem that I have.
Totally.
People don't know how to, in their marketing, go, okay, but how is this actually presenting for my ideal client and my target market? Oh, it's the fact that they have to like feel like they've got to put makeup on to go to the gym because they feel insecure because of the red spots. Like, that's what's going to land for them versus some kind of ingredient in the solution that they offer.
100%. And what I usually suggest in one-on-ones, again, I know we're just using these avatars as an example, but get really specific on their problem. Yeah. Like if you're talking about the solution to acne or the solution to cystic acne, specifically, talk to that.
Yeah.
Specifically to that, because if your audience is following you for skin advice, there is absolutely someone, if you're like the acne specialist, there's absolutely someone, or you're the skin specialist or the skin fairy, you're like going to be this person that treats the skin as an organ, which it is. So you're looking at it holistically, and that resonates with someone who has the acne. You're talking rather than a blanket approach to marketing. Be like, it fixes all of these skin concerns.
Yeah.
Like it fixes this type of acne, which we usually find in this type of age range. Like get so specific.
Yeah.
So specific. And do that for like, I mean, there's endless options, but you could just have 5 really, really, really niche content ideas that you speak to.
Yeah.
And then for like one content pillar, and then your next content pillar, you would do the same. It would problem solve, but get really specific.
Yeah. And I think that's where so many people go wrong, like especially fitness coaches. And it's like, I want to help women get confident. I'm like, what does that look like, and what has their journey been, what has their
which women
experience been? Yeah, because I'm like, my health and fitness journey is different to your health and fitness journey, and it's different to the next person's. And the coaches that can actually dial in and be specific, you're like, you're fucking speaking to me.
Yeah, I think there's so much power in knowing that you're not for everyone, that your business isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as people, when I send off our questionnaires and our clients get their onboarding document, actually it's like very vetted now to make sure that it's going to be a long, fruitful partnership.
Yeah.
Rather than we don't like churn hard and fast. We keep relationships for a really long time. But now there's a vetting process to make sure that we're a good fit. So we're assuming that they've been vetted prior to all of this being implemented by my queen of helping me with systems. Thank you so much. We'd go, yep, sounds good. This sounds like a good fit. And we get their questionnaire back. And we're like, be really specific about your target audience. And we ask them all these questions. And like, it's for everyone. I'm like, fuck.
Shit.
Oh, God. I'm like, it's not, doll.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It shouldn't be for everyone.
Yeah.
Your product and your business, whatever you sell, whether you're in the e-com space, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Stop trying to talk to everyone.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to miss out on customers. It's like, no, you're actually going to have that many more customers. And I know it feels so
many
wrong
more
looking on paper, but that's when people are actually going to come to you. The moment I really dialed in with systems as an example and like, all right, how is this presenting for my ideal client? And even something that I experience with marketing is I kind of wanted to speak to everyone in business that somewhat needed systems to a certain degree. I'm like, then I would attract people that was kind of like, I needed to kind of kick them up the bum to like work and like work hard. I'm like, no, the person I'm working with is someone like yourself. And you're like, I'm working 16 nowadays. Like I got nothing left to give. Like I've got, you know, so many client inquiries. I want people to work with me, but I don't know how to actually grow this because I don't have any more time. So I'm like, the moment I actually understood that's the type of person that's also going to benefit the most from my service, those clients started coming to me without the problem of how do I sign a client? Like that's not the problem I wanted to solve.
But you know what else I think comes with that and identifying that, and I'm a good example for you, is retention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your retention is so much higher when you're speaking to your ideal customer and being really confident in who that is.
Because people aren't, and I'm sure people listening to this as well, like when you buy into something that you think is for you and then it ends up not actually being for you, you're like, well, that was disappointing. And I think that's the other piece that marketing has such a role in playing for people that they don't realize. It's like, it looks great on paper. Again, like these inquiries are coming through, but then your conversion rates are really fucking low and you're like trying to like slog a dead horse trying to just convert someone. And then they leave really quickly because it's like, well, that's kind of not what you were promising or what I thought you stood for.
Yeah, or they're trying to get out of the contract early, or you're like, oh, yeah, this wasn't a good fit for you. So I think there's a lot of power in caring not to be cared for by everyone.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. If we were to kind of switch gears, what is working really well for brands? If that someone was to be listening to this and like, you're like, if there was one thing or a few things you could start applying to your marketing or just kind of what's happening in the industry, in the space, I even think to just how much socials constantly changes and evolves, right? But like even 2 years ago, what worked for me in business and how I used to sell my services and market my services is polar opposite now. What's kind of working at the moment that you're really finding with clients that someone like myself or someone else could apply?
Perfect. If you're looking at paid ads, so sorry. If you're looking at paid ads, I would say cycling, video, and carousel content. Some static, about 10% static, but not just all video content. And Meta Ads have updated their systems as they usually do. It's so painful. Help. But like ad creatives, you just need to be pumping those out around the clock. I would even say the creative is, it's incredibly important. And then if you're working organically, which most people do, myself included, I don't think I've ever done one paid ad for myself. What's working really well at the moment? Employee-generated content. People want to know People actually want to know. They care. They're following you because they care about your story and founder-led content.
Yeah.
I know we're going, everyone says founder-led content because it's true.
Yeah. Because it works.
Like, but people do give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I think it can be so hard too, because when you have your own business and, you know, if you have a team, it's like, how much of myself am I showing on here? Like, how personal do I get personal?
Yeah. It's the exact reason that I will hire people, or that people hire me, and it's like, oh, I saw you doing X, Y, and Z with your partner. Like our house renos, people like, love that you renovated a house. I'm like, this has nothing to do with the service that
Thank
I sell.
you, queen.
But it's true, like, because you're letting people in on also your values and your life outside of that. And I think as humans, we are just so connected to people and then values as well. I'm like, I will never hire someone that I don't align on their values.
Totally.
So I think that just goes to show how important it is to show your values.
Yeah. I think that is, being founder-led, employee-generated content.
Yeah.
I also think the other thing that is working really well at the moment, and I say this because we've obviously got Black Friday coming up.
Yes.
Crazy. Anyone in Q4 that works in marketing?
I saw your story on that the other day.
Thoughts and prayers.
Sending love.
Crying.
I die.
Is partnerships. UGC creators, great. We love them. Amazing. If you are UGC creators and influencers are different roles.
Yeah.
They have different price points. They have different deliverables. But the other thing that it's working really well at the moment for organic marketing is UGC collaborations and influencer collaborations that feel organic to the brand. So if you are looking to engage in an influencer, don't do it as a once-off.
Yeah.
Make it a partnership. No one is buying into. You can see, I know when something's scripted. Straight away, you can feel when it's scripted. We don't want anything to feel forced. We want it to feel like an integrated, natural part of that person's life.
Yeah.
Investing in partnerships that are brand partnerships that are aligned.
Yeah.
And can integrate seamlessly into the influencer's lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like a infomercial.
I think that's why the like team and like employee led content works so well, is because it's like kind of in their career. Like I think of Jazz Handmade as an example, and like all of the team members, it's like it feels so organic. Or Remy, like it's at work and they're just creating this entertaining content that you actually want to follow, and then you're like, oh, love your outfit, love this jewelry.
Totally.
So I think applying that concept to partnerships,
and also these people are integral to your business's success.
Yeah.
They are most times the cornerstone.
Yeah.
And having them be a part of that journey online, so that people go, oh yes, oh that chook, like Ella did a takeover.
Yes, I saw that.
Friday she did her first one. She did so good.
And she had like her bear or something.
She had a little teddy, a little support bear.
Yeah.
Ella's our social media manager. Anyone who doesn't know, but we
like, who's Ella?
Everyone know who? My chook. And feedback was great. Because everyone was like, oh my God, I didn't even know, unless you're working with Ella, you probably don't know that she's there or what her job is specifically. And she actually has so much to provide and to share with people, and giving my audience, or Lover Lovers audience, a platform to learn from someone else.
Yeah.
And get them to familiarize themselves. And then when they see her like last night we went to a marketing summit, and we went together, and people were like, oh yeah, like Ruby and Ella.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be a part of that, but it's just building community.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
strategically.
Cool.
Yeah,
I love it. If we're to kind of switch gears a little bit, when we kind of were talking about target market and things like that in my business, you obviously joined the 6-week intensive end of last year. Is that right?
This year.
Was it this year?
This girl.
Oh, girl, it's literally almost November. Never the mind.
March, April, May.
Yeah. So it must have been like semi-early-ish this year.
Yeah. We've been together for 6 months.
Yeah. What was the thing that made you, like, if it was a piece of content or just like, what was the thing that made you tick and go, I need to work with this girl in your business journey?
You did a poll. You had a poll up on your stories, and it was like, are you this in your business? And there were options. And I can look back now and be like, that So smart.
Maybe I'll do a
hook,
poll.
line and sinker. It was good. I'd been watching you for, I think you started following me. I've actually never
Yeah.
had anything in my life ever to do with any type of coaching.
Yeah.
PT once.
That's as far as you went.
But not life coach or business coach or anything like that. So it was very new. But I was a quiet watcher.
Yeah.
And then, one day you did a story with a poll about where you were in your business. And then you sent me, and I clicked it. And I was at a point where I was like, I think I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I think I'm really tired. And I think I'm like, I can feel that I'm not going in the way that it needs to go, and I'm not providing the type of work that I would expect because I'm getting time poor and I'm stressed and I don't know how to manage a team and I don't even know how to hire a team, all these things. And then that popped up.
Yeah.
I clicked it, and then you sent me a voice message.
Yeah.
Which was so personal.
Interesting. I haven't done that in a long time. I think it's easy to get, talking to myself here, complacent sometimes with like marketing and socials if things are like working well. And then I'm like, oh, what were the things that actually, like how many other people like you right now? Do you know what I mean?
Community engagement, my friend.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another undervalued resource.
Yeah.
Community engagement.
Yeah.
Actively responding to people, actively getting back to DMs.
Yeah.
Because that's like, do you need help?
It's been a week. I'm like responding to it's like 7 days ago. I'm like, so sorry. Life's been hectic right now. But it is so incredibly important. And I'm going to take this as my like slap on the wrist.
Yeah, but like obviously in the same breath, you're not a fucking robot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's going to be times in your life, in your business, where you don't reply for 5 days. But the point is that most of the time you're able to operate and get back to or respond to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quicker.
Yeah, totally.
But, you're
Yeah.
kind. You're doing the best you can.
And when you came to me, you were working 16-hour days.
300 and, what did we work out? 360 hours a month, we calculated.
Yeah, and you guys do the math on that with...
Don't
do the math on it.
do not do the maths.
With
yeah.
was Peggy 3 then?
2.
Well, this year, 2, yeah.
2.
With a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And I remember our first call and my jaw was literally like on my desk. Like you actually could have...
You were floored. And I was like, oh.
Like, is this not normal?
Yeah, I was like, it's crazy.
And like, I think it's cool as well, like no complaints on your end, but you're like, oh, I can see it's not sustainable, but like you were just happy to literally just do what was required. And then when we were really looking at like the infrastructure in your business, the pricing strategies in your business.
It's not even that long ago.
No.
And I'm cackling like, oh, me. Oh.
That May version of me.
She was crazy. You only know what you know.
Yeah,
So I think it's
1,000%.
really important to outsource.
Yeah.
Crazy hours. 360 hours a month that we calculated, and the pay was not adding up. Structure. I felt like I'd done a really good job considering I had no idea.
Yeah.
But it was actually the other thing that catapulted me into connecting with you is realizing I had no idea what margins actually needed to look like.
Yeah.
I've told you this before. I had to learn financial literacy.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
At 33.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had it before, but like in a different context. We didn't.
Business finance, like it's so
Completely
different to
different.
like, here's my pay slip this week and I'm budgeting and allocating and all of the things. Like it's a different ballgame.
different. And BAS and tax and super and staff and
Yeah.
subscriptions and all these things. And I had started working it out. And I was like, can I swear on
You
here?
can swear.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
This is not going in a good place. Like I'm heading in the red really quick. So I need to figure it out because I really love my job.
Yeah.
But I'm also really tired. The amount of hours that I'm working versus what I'm taking home doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing for people is so many people see, let's just say Hormozy, where it's like work hard and like work these hours, which is perfect and fine if there is that return that actually makes sense. And obviously you're not always getting a return right away. Like I truly believe that season served you. I had a season that was similar, not quite as much, but like a similar season where I'm like, I look back and I'm like, fuck, I could never do that again. But it's the exact reason that I'm in the position I am. But it's that of being able to even look at that, which is one of the things we did. We looked at your packages, your pricing. It was like, okay, how much of your capacity actually goes into this? Because I think people think pricing is just like, these are the overheads it cost, and like, I'm happy to kind of work for a little bit less. It's like, no, you have this skill set, you have all of this experience, like 10 years experience plus in marketing, that needs to be considered. And then the return, like I remember that was one thing we looked at, is what your service got for some of your clients in a return perspective. I'm like, it doesn't add up. And then your clients were more than happy to pay the price increases, and you've like attracted, like we were mentioning before, that client, some insane clients at like wild prices.
Yeah. I mean, I'm incredibly grateful of the people that believed in me from the start.
Yeah.
And moved with the price shift and didn't say anything. They were like, yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
Obviously they see the value in the work.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it, there's a lot that contributes to that. Yes, I think some of it is going, I'll just do it for a little bit less. But if you're doing it for a little bit less for everyone, then you are missing out on $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. Sometimes. You're like, actually, the price is the price, and this is the service I provide, and these are the results that we're able to achieve because of the experience. And it's funny because there's no way I would have spoken about like myself like that or about the work like that in May.
Yeah.
So I really think, and I've said this so many times, one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? One of the most impactful conversations was our first call together. I think I've done so much growing as a person.
Yeah.
Outside of business.
Yeah.
That, now I'm like, okay, well, I have such a greater understanding and have savings, and, if we have a slow month, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So much. Like, we're not greatly impacted now.
Yeah, it's moving out of, I think a lot of business owners experience this, moving out of survival to actually being able to just grow and thrive in your business.
Yes.
Without problems.
I started a business in survival mode.
Yeah.
I had to go. It was that, or like, what do we sell next? The mattress?
Yeah. Yeah.
The toys for the 1-year-old?
Yeah.
I was like, I have to fucking make this work. Like, my life depends on it, because it absolutely does. I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
And being able to recognize that has served me now. And I'm really grateful for her, and I'm really proud of her for working like that. But we don't have to work like that anymore. There's like safety now, and it's about resetting the mind and also resetting the nervous system.
Yeah, to what's normal.
Yeah, and not operating like, I have to do 17 hours a day. No, I don't.
Yeah. To be like, quote unquote, willing or deserving of the money. And it's like,
I've got to work really hard for this, because like, I have to make sure that I deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the new levels as well. And we just have our belief systems that we've been conditioned with. And I know you've spoken to me privately around like your childhood and things like that. But I think a lot of the time when we can look at that, it's like, oh, it makes sense of why we operate in this way. And if our norm as well growing up or whatever it might have been was pay slip to pay slip, we go and create that. And I'll see it with founders a lot of the time too, where we increase their revenue significantly, but they're like, I kind of feel the same with money. And it's like, because your way of moving money and your belief systems and your nervous system around it has to be upgraded in the process, which I feel like has been this year for you.
Hugely. And it's crazy how much of an impact that plays. And I had no idea until we had that
conversation
at a Menti B. And then like 2 weeks after that, we're like, oh, I worked through it.
Yeah.
And it's like an ongoing thing, obviously.
Yeah. And same. And I think that's like a cool piece for people listening. I'm like, I've still had moments where I'm like going into this new season of my life and I'm like, fuck, I'm not working as much. Like I go to create evidence of, well, it's going to go downhill from here, or people aren't going to want to invest, like, because I'm not slogging away, or like whatever the story might be, but you just got to be able to catch it and choose differently. I was speaking to my mentor this morning because I was having a mentee meet last week and she was like this is like the good, like the contrast though, because then you can see what, like, it's teaching you something and like on the other side of it. So I think even for you as well, like this year there's been extreme contrast, but you would not be in this position on this podcast without all of that contrast you've experienced.
It couldn't be more polar opposite.
Yeah.
And that's not really that long ago.
Yeah.
This only started 18 months ago, and then May was, I can't count, not that long ago.
Like 6 months, I think.
I'm a marketing girl. 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like that difference is insane. I think the way that I treat myself, the way that I talk to myself, the way that I handle money,
Yeah.
being responsible with money in a way that is also not restricting so much. Like, yes, there's one part of it where it's like, I've got to work for it, but then I've got the money, and you're like, why are you really paying yourself? Like,
Yeah, like, Roops, give yourself a pay rise still.
why are you paying yourself like $1,000 a week? And I'm like, just in case, just in case. It's just constantly working through it. And also, just no shame. Try not to have any shame around mistakes I've made around money or business or just learning.
Yeah, 1,000%. I love that you said that, because I think when we actually look at shame from a frequency perspective, for as long, like, me going woo-woo here.
Go, girl.
Shame is a lower vibrational frequency than death. So when we operate in shame, like, you'll actually never be able to move past it. But then when we look at the frequency of willingness and acceptance, it's much higher. So like, even if we can just shift into willingness and acceptance of, cool, like, I've had some cool lessons from this, you're not stuck in shame. And I think so many people think it's comfortable to be there and that they have to almost punish themselves. And it's like, no, you've learnt the lesson now. You see it now. Like, you didn't see it before. And now we just get to shift and change.
Yeah. And nurture.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. What was the biggest lesson, would you say, that you would take away from this year? Like, you've literally, January to now, we're coming into November, so almost the whole year has been literally, like you're saying, like, worlds apart. What would you say is the biggest lesson or takeaway for anyone listening?
So I think we had a 300% increase in revenue, but also work capacity. And no one is overworked. I have a team now, by the way, everyone. Incredible.
Yeah. And all stunning, by the way.
Love the chooks. They're so smart and gorgeous, but especially smart and talented. I know you said one, but I'm doing 3.
No, give me 3. Give them the value.
You can't do everything by yourself at 100% capacity.
Yeah.
You cannot. Accept help.
Yes.
And boundaries. And I think the first two are more personal.
Yeah.
In terms of like business success and key drivers for us this year, it's been boundaries, learning those and being really firm with them.
Yeah.
Like there's no text communication.
Yeah.
Not even for staff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not appropriate to text.
Yeah.
We don't need to text.
Yeah.
It's PR, not ER.
Yeah.
No one's dying.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think that's been like and I can like care deeply, obviously. I care so much about our clients, and I love our roster, and I love the team, and am so, 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 so incredibly passionate. Think about other people's businesses like it's my own.
Yeah.
But can also recognize that no one's going to die.
Yeah.
If you don't respond at 10 o'clock at night, that's okay. It will be there at 9 a.m. when you clock in.
Yeah.
And if you would like a change actioned on a Sunday, it will cost you.
Yeah.
Because that's my time.
Yeah.
Or it's a no, and that's also okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But boundaries has been a huge key driver. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the time people think boundaries are, you know, just a relationship thing or with friendships or in life. And like, I'm going to say no to this thing, but like they don't see how it plays out in business or the leaks that can happen in business. I think that was one thing when you said that communication piece. I remember, and you're like, no, a client will text me. And I'm like, why do they have your number?
Yeah, you were like, I was like, people are messaging me at 4 a.m. and I'm getting my anxiety's going through the roof. My cortisol is raised. And like, why? And I was like, well, because that's how we communicate. Well, we communicate over email, but it's really easy for people to get complacent. Or, you know what it's like when you're a founder. You've got like your brain dump or your brilliant idea. It comes at 10 p.m. You've got to get it out. You've got to tell the marketing girl.
Yeah.
Marketing girl is here for you after 8 hours of sleep.
She needs her beauty rest.
She needs a beauty rest because also you cannot perform at your best for them if you are not looking after yourself.
Yeah. And I think that's huge as well. Like, even when you're speaking about the piece of like the 300% revenue growth, which is A, fucking insane.
Crazy.
But B, obviously money is one metric we can tangibly look at, but your time, like, yes, somewhat tangible, right? But your capacity that you've been able to get back as a result as well, like cutting down your actual work hours, but then still being able to increase your revenue is insane. And I think that's where it's cool from like the boundary side of things, of that's how you actually increase your capacity to then give more to your family and yourself. And then you actually can get clients better results and show up as a better, like, I'm like, what's the word for it? I go to say consultant, but like you're a consultant in some of the things you do, but as the marketing gal for your clients.
Director? Marketing strategist?
For your clients as well. You can actually show up better as a result. And before we wrap it up, I would love to go into the conversation of motherhood. Please.
Okay.
Because
course.
You have a 2-year-old.
I do.
Peggy?
3. She's 3 now.
3.
Peggy.
Yes.
Naughty little Peggy.
I love her. For context, guys, there's this video you put up on your story maybe a month ago. And what did she say to you? She was like, you are fashion.
You're fashion, I'm cool.
When I walked in here and saw Ruby, I was like, you're fashion.
You're fashion. Hey, fashion girl. Peggy, she's fashion. Yeah.
Talk me through what it's kind of been like for you, especially because you have had that season where, like you said, when that she was 1, that was when it was like selling everything.
Yeah.
What's it been like being in motherhood, trying to balance the two, give to yourself enough, give to your daughter enough? Like, what's that kind of been like as a bit of an insight?
That is a really good question. I know that people say, I think you can definitely have it all, by the way. Yeah. I don't think people, sometimes I feel like and this might just be how I feel I'm being perceived, but there's a lot of judgment that I work, or, you know, that I work a lot compared to some people who choose to stay home, which is also a full-time job, which is also incredibly hard.
Yeah.
But there's, like, both can exist.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm, like, proudly proof of that. Is it always balanced? No. Like, sometimes like I said, we're going into Q4 and it's Black Friday and it's marketing. So at the moment it's really busy, and then Kane will step up and do those extra drop-offs and stuff like that. But it's not always like that.
Yeah.
And then the times that it's not like that, you know, I'm still doing the daycare drop-offs, and I don't work full-time, by the way, everyone. I've got days off every single week. But you can have both, and it's not always balanced.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
That's life.
Being able to work with the seasons.
Totally.
Yeah.
I laughed when there was one of the questions. It was like, do you have routine, or like, how do you make that happen? We're just going off vibes here.
I think with kids, you have to. I think kids are the biggest lesson of surrender.
Totally. And Peggy's been such a good lesson. She's been my greatest teacher. She will continue to be my greatest teacher. It is just such a privilege to be a mother, and I didn't expect to be a mummy. And now I can't imagine my life not being like that. But I also love being a working mum. I'm really proud to be a working mum, and I hope that gives other women who are maybe pregnant or have a newborn or thinking about going back to work and they're not sure if they can have both, or if it makes them a bad mum for going, no, of course it doesn't. What an incredible gift to show my daughter that you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you go after it.
Yeah.
And you be unapologetic, and you can be brave, and you can be kind, and you can be successful in whatever you choose to be. Being a mum helps me operate better in business. And I think working in my business helps me be a better mum, because when I'm on with Peg, I'm on. That's it.
Yeah.
And she, like, undivided attention.
Yeah. What would be kind of like 1 to 3 tips that you could pass on to someone that maybe they have a 1-year-old, like they're a few years behind you maybe, or maybe they are pregnant or whatever it might be, that's like, or what are some things that I could maybe apply that you're like, I wish I kind of knew this as a bit of a, whether that be boundaries of like, now it's present time with, you know, your child, like what are some things that are tangible that people can take away from this episode that you've really learned from being a working mum?
I think, and this is not marketing, this is just being a mum stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like, there are times where you are going to feel guilty and you don't have to. I know it's so bloody hard. It's so hard to not sometimes. I think the other thing is if you're a mum and you're thinking about going back to the workforce, everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone's going to have an opinion no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is that you have your core people in your corner.
Yeah.
Celebrating you, encouraging you. Also, maybe you're a mum and maybe you've decided to go to the workforce and then you're like, actually, I want to be a stay-at-home mum. I think all of these rules still apply. There's no right or wrong, or one is better and one is worse. They're just different.
Yeah.
And then the third one is make time to separate work from family, especially if you work from home. I would have like a dedicated work area that's just for work. And then outside of that, that's your home.
Yeah.
That's your time for your family.
Yeah.
I think that that's really helpful. That's been so helpful for me.
I think it's even helpful for kids as well. Like, I know even, not that Isaac, my partner, is a child, but I remember when we first got together as well, I think people that aren't exposed to working online or on social, where he's got like a trade site that he goes to. I remember that was one thing I had to do, is like really remove myself from the room, be like, I'm just going to exit and just finish these emails, or I'm just going to respond to clients here, then I'll come back, then I'm in, you know, partner mode or whatever it might be. And I think it's really helpful for the kids as well to know that separation, where I even knew when with dad, his office was always separate from our house, but I'm like, cool, dad's in work mode now. And then he comes home, and dad was a dad once he was home. And I know like mum has an office from home, she's working there. Like I've never seen my parents work at the dining table or anything like that. So I think that's good even for kids to have that separation.
Having the separation, don't go into mummy's office.
Yeah. And I think that's where when you see like kids kind of like nagging, it's like, mum, and you're like, I'm trying to work. It's like they don't know that if you're at the dining table and 2 hours ago you're having lunch together at the dining table. So I really love that tip.
I think that's a big one. And I also think for your mental health.
Yeah.
Like, this is not anything to do with being a mum, but no working in the bed.
Don't at me.
Same, but not anymore.
For the most part.
As of today. No.
Moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward. Separate them. I just think
so
having
true.
a separate workspace.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, and actually a lot of mums that are in that 1-year-old newborn, whatever phase you're in of motherhood, you know, a lot of mums are looking to work remotely.
Yeah.
So they can be with their bums.
Yeah.
It's just like having that separate
space. Yeah. 1,000%.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, to kind of wrap up, where can everyone find you if someone's like, I need Ruby in my life, and like kind of what services that you offer? I'm like really loading the question again. We'll start with what services you offer. If someone's like, I need Ruby, then where can they find you?
Great. Well, no, services. Our core services are social media management.
Yeah.
Organic social media management. We do a lot of content creation as well. That includes ad creatives, which I know you all need desperately, and strategy one-on-ones for me.
Yeah.
And that's working with me directly.
Bit of consulting, if you will.
Bit of consulting. The consulting's been great, actually. We've just had like a client in New York for Bridal Fashion Week, and we're working on next year's New York Fashion Week for someone else.
So
it's
cool.
great, like loving it. So if you're a business owner, it's also, it is, I think there's actually, can I add this?
Yeah.
I'm just gassing myself up.
Please do.
One-on-ones are really great. Even if you lead a team, bring the team on the call.
Yeah.
Like, let's spearhead a project together.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, it could just be for a period of time that you're trying to execute a new launch or a new product or something like that, and you've got a marketing team, I can lead them for you.
Yeah.
Love doing that. And you can find me on my website, which I have built, and the Instagram that I have also built, which I didn't have this time last year, which is so funny, at Lover Lover Agency, and their website is loverloveragency.com.
Stunning. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much for having me.
It was such a good conversation. I could have kept yarning, but you guys want to share to your stories, and also following the show makes such a big difference to us being able to continue to bring on incredible guests like Ruby, and share it to your stories and tag us.
Yeah, tag us. Thank you so much.
Of course. Bye, guys.
Tiffany.
That wraps up another episode of Simply Business. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to today's episode. If that you enjoyed today's conversation, please feel free to share it onto your socials and tag me. I love seeing all of your shares and feedback on the episode. If that you're feeling extra generous, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Taylor Lee Consulting, and a like and subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast would be greatly appreciated. I'll catch you in the next episode.